Oh well, oh well, oh well. This is sad. This is extremely, extremely sad. We're sitting here looking over the French election results. We've been doing it all night, been sitting home, watching what has been happening. Now, everybody knew, everybody knew that it was going to be a landslide for the right. This was not controversial. This was not something that was going to be even a thought. The French right had won the election. Marine Le Pen had won the election, right? This was done. We never thought that there was going to be any problem with it. The National Rally swept the elections for the European Parliament. Macron was so triggered by it, he called an election. The election that they did last week, the right went crazy. It was amazing. It was just an incredible result. The National Rally was going to take over the country. They were finally going to have a decent representative government that actually fought for the French people. They weren't going to have women getting bent over and busted open in the middle of the street. These fucking Congolese, Senegalese, Somalian migrants that are taking over the country. That was all going to end. That was all going to stop because they were finally going to have representation. Well, tonight, suddenly, this country that went so far to the right, historically to the right, they came out. The socialists, the communists, and Macron, they all formed an alliance together to put the horrible, 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 horrible leftists into continued power. And the National Rally is now in third place. Don't tell me this is real. I mean, don't tell me this is real. Would you vote for your country to be taken over by migrants? Would you vote for your country to be taken over by welfare people that have no desire to work and only cause problems? Do you know the way the tourism industry will eventually be taking a huge hit when people understand that they go to France? You can't even go to Gare du Nord. You cannot go to Gare du Nord. I don't understand if these are people that have never been to France. If you've ever been to France, you know. I was in France 3 different times in the past 5 years. I was there in 2017 with a blonde girl. That poor girl did not have a good time. She was getting whistled at and hollered at, and it wasn't by the Frenchmen. Was not by the Frenchmen. Let's just put it that way. Then I went twice with my now wife. She didn't have a fun time either. The Olympics are already disaster. Exactly. Exactly. So, Mark, you said, are immigrants going to take over the country and will the French citizens get fucked? Quite literally. Quite literally. They will get bent over and bust open by migrants. Rapist migrants. Let's just call them what they are. Rapist migrants. They rape. They rape. And where they come from, it's okay. Where they come from, the things that they do, it's normal. It's normal to rape where they come from. It's just they see a woman they like, oh, I like, and they just bend it over and rape it. It's not even called rape in their societies. Just what happens. Just what happens. But when you bring that to the West, we call that rape. So very bad stuff. Very bad stuff. Jepsonia, you said yes, you have been to that train station. Then you know. Then you know. You exit that train station. It's a great place. If you want to, if anybody has the desire to get raped, you just go straight to Gare du Nord after 9 o'clock. Wear something a little revealing. You're going to get raped. It's pretty much a guarantee. This is what they allegedly voted for more of. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all for 1 second. Exploitation of migrants, government benefits, it's intentional. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. This is what they do. This is what they do. Now, what's going to happen? They're going to give all these people citizenship. And then you know what's going to come next. They're going to keep voting it in, voting it in. You're going to have a sectarian government, just the way the UK is starting to go. Did you see the new mayor of Brighton? Did you see the new mayor of Brighton in the United Kingdom? This man, let me see if I can pull this guy up. Present. How do I do this? Let's see. I'm just learning how to do all this stuff on this share screen, but I don't want you to see the whole screen. I just want you to see one. So share the screen. Okay. Now, have you seen? Just look at this guy. This is the new mayor of Brighton. This is some scary stuff. And you're going to look at this and you're going to say, there's no way they voted for this. Well, apparently they did because, yeah, here he is. There is the new mayor of Brighton, Mohammed Asaduzzaman from Bangladesh. Yeah, yeah. That's going to end well. That's going to really end well. That's going to be great, especially because when you consider Brighton is a gay town. Brighton is the homosexual capital of the UK, right? That is where the gay prides go on. That's where so that's going to really end well. That's going to really end well in Brighton. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. Sean Arnez, he said, Sean Ames, sorry. How close do you think we are to this happening in America? One more fraudulent election away. I mean, okay, look. If you look at it right now, that's exactly what's going on right now. You're watching the results of a stolen election. Now, do I know that they stole the French election? I don't know that. I don't know how they vote in France. But here's what I do know. The same people who just voted for a right-wing European parliamentarian government, the same people who just last week gave the National Rally a huge victory, are not going to turn around and vote for communists. These are just not things that happen. I think he's got to pee. Can you let him out? Anyway, we've got a beautiful dog here. His name is Alex Basotto. He is the best person on this planet, and he has to pee. So my wife has to go let him out to pee so he can go do that thing out of his, and just enjoy his night so he can carry on with his life. So he's peeing right now, and that door is open. Pee, 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 pee. But yes, stolen election. They steal. If they can't win, they steal. This is what they do. This is all that they do. And it's disgusting. It is disgusting. So we've got 3,300 people watching across platforms right now. If you're watching, we're going to keep trying to do this. Share this out. Put it on all your retweets and all your other platforms and put it out. Put it out. I want to see. We're going to start doing these live streams a lot more. And we're going to see how we can really make this take off. Somebody said Brighton is a bit strange, though. They had the only Green MP in the UK for years. Yeah. So they had the only Green MP in the UK, and now they have a Muslim. That makes a lot of sense. It does not make any sense. You go from a Green MP to Muslims, okay, on the most part, are pretty conservative if you think about it. And now you have, it just doesn't make sense, people. It just doesn't make sense. These are not things that actually work. Somebody said, how many times have you vacationed in Brighton? Ryan, I've been to Brighton once. When I lived in London, I took the train to Brighton once because I wanted to get near a beach. I needed beach in my life. And my goodness, my God, it was a beautiful town. I'm sure it's not going to be very beautiful for much longer. Oh, my. They said they stole it. No, we just hate you. James, you look a lot like Marjorie Taylor Greene. You look a lot like Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think they did this to Bardello because Macron has no control. There would have been rioting. No, they didn't. They did this because they don't want Bardello to be in charge. They don't want Bardello to be the prime minister because Bardello's 28. He knows how to communicate. It would be the first. I think he's Gen Z. No, I'm millennial. I think Bardello is Gen Z or not Gen Z, whatever. What the hell is the generation between millennial and Gen? Maybe it is Gen Z. Hold up. So Bardella, you can't have Bardella come. You can't have Bardella lead because our country, what actual young leadership looks like. And it would give a huge, huge, huge benefit to young people everywhere to see a young leader not being a liberal, crazy, obsessed with immigration and psychopathic stuff leader look like. He'd do a great job. And it would be horrible for Macron in 27 or whoever runs, because Macron allegedly won't run for a third term because he'll be termed out. Whoever Macron's next little successor is wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be good for him. Amanda, you said, I watched America being stolen. UK was a farce with pencils. Really? Pencils? They had pencils going on in the UK? Tell me more. Oh, Lord. I didn't know they stole it like that. They may have, though. Even my unicorn sees the steal. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. Here's the thing. Either you have to believe that the entire world wants this bullshit to go on, and the entire world is okay with a huge migration and all this disaster, or you just have to believe that it's being stolen. I don't believe that people are crazy. I don't believe that people are mentally insane and enjoy seeing this stuff. I just don't. I'm not there yet. Now, do I believe that there are some brainwashed people that actually agree with the stuff that's going on? Yeah, sure. There's a couple, there's a few. But overall, we are the majority. And the majority is with sanity. Insanity is not and will never be the majority of things. I'm sorry. It's just not. So they just make it seem that it is so that we think we're the minority. Oh, Quinn, somebody said you are the minority. Boy, shut the fuck up. You don't, Quinn, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Look, and you're white too. And this is what I don't understand. Clearly he hates himself. He hates himself. Do you hate yourself for being white, Quinn? You hate white people, Quinn? Because I don't understand it. I don't understand it. They're obviously doing a great replacement right in front of you, and then you've got crackers like Quinn who are just out there saying, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, we are the majority. We want ourselves to be overrun by fucking migrants. Yeah, bring on the Congolese to rape our women. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me a break, Quinn. Give me a break." Somebody said apparently only 20% of the UK population voted. Is that true? 20% of the UK population voted for Labour. That's what it is. That's the statistic. I don't know what the actual statistics of how many people voted for the party or any party voted in the election. I don't know what the turnout was, but I know 20% of the party voted. I mean, 20% of the people voted for the Labour Party is what I understand. Hey, Lil Mo. Lil Mo, you said, why are the Patriot Front and the Proud Boys beefing? I'm never look, I'm in the scene, right? I'm in the scene. I go to all the events. I go to everything. I've met many Proud Boys. I've met many Proud Boys. I've never met one Patriot Front member in my whole life. So here's what I want to know is where they at? Where they at? I don't believe the Patriot Front's a real thing. I just don't. I've never met one. And I know the people saying, "Oh, well, you've probably never met a black nationalist either," which I actually have. How do you know they don't exist? I would have met a Patriot Front member if they existed. Trust me, I would have met a Patriot Front member if they existed. I'm sorry. So, Lil Mo, until I meet one, I don't believe they're real. I don't know a single one. I never had one in my DMs. I've never had one in person. I've never met one of these people. And I'm in the right wing scene. So if I've never met a Patriot Front member, where they at? Where they at? I don't believe they exist. I think it's an FBI thing. Now, am I open to be proven wrong? Sure, I don't know. But I've never met these people. I've never met these people. I don't know. I'm not sure. It is impossible, Jepsonia, you're right. It is impossible to believe the people want a dysfunctional government. It is. I don't think they want this. Who wants that migration? Who wants it? Who wants that level of chaos? Who wants to support people from another country coming into your country, stealing your resources? Who? 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 Who are you if you want that? Nobody I know. Nobody I know. You got to be crazy. Somebody said they travel in the back of a U-Haul truck. I mean, exactly. Exactly. Straight from fucking FBI headquarters, the fucked up Bureau of Idiots. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I love living in a multi-ethnic country. Quinn, boy. Cracker Quinn. Quinn, listen. I love living among people that love to assimilate. Okay? I'm all for diverse, right? Diverse is fine. But diverse does not have to come with, I want to rape the members around me. I want to have everybody bow down to my culture. Diversity and what they're bringing is not the same thing. Right now, the immigrants coming over, the migrants, they are not doing the right stuff. No, and you know it. You know it. There's assimilation with immigration, and then there's invasion. Okay? My family immigrated to the United States of America. We weren't born here. We weren't born here. My family was born in Italy, Naples, Italy, and Calabria, Italy. My family got to the United States in 1950s, okay? One in 1947, one in the 1950s. They assimilated. They kept their culture proud, right? They kept it inside of them, and they told everybody who would listen they were Italian Americans, but they learned English, they worked a job, and they assimilated to the American way of life. and they brought their skills with them. My grandmother was a seamstress. These are things that people did. They worked. Nobody in my family until Social Security age, right, ever took a dime of government assistance. We never did. We never did. So when you walk in across the border and you say, "Hey, I'm here now, pay me $2,200 a month and give me a hotel," no, fuck you. My family dealt with plenty of shit. My family dealt with plenty of anti-Italian sentiment. Okay, my family dealt with plenty, and we overcame, and we did it, and we fought, and we pushed through, and we never asked anybody for anything. And what happened? My father became a very successful doctor. My father slept on a fucking sofa till he was like 13 years old. Didn't even have a bed till he was 13 years old. Okay. We did not have a family that grew up from money. This is not an old money family. Okay. This is a family that came over and worked, and we worked, and we're still working. So don't talk about immigration in the terms of what's going on over the southern border and related to people like my family that worked like fucking slaves to get where they are. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. America was built on the backs of Europeans and was meant to be a European country. Whoa. Look, I'm just saying. Okay? This is what you got to do. So here come the Nazi comments. Where's the Nazi comments, Quinn? Where's the Nazi comments? I don't see Nazi comments. Where's the Nazis? I don't see Nazis. I don't know Nazis. We don't do Nazis here. So you, Quinn, I'm sorry. You got to get with the program here. You hate yourself. And I understand you hate yourself. That's fine. You're not even a horrible looking person. I'm trying to understand why you hate yourself so much. Anyway, whatever. Did he blame the Jews? Oh, I didn't read that part. I stopped reading at that one sentence. More streets will be shut down for daily prayers. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what they do. Here's what I don't understand. There are plenty of mosques in the United Kingdom. There are plenty of mosques in France. There are plenty of mosques everywhere. Why do the Allah Akbars go and pray in the streets? Why? Why do they have to go pray in the streets? On their prayer rug. Money on the prayer rug. Why? Why don't they pray inside? There's plenty of mosques. There's plenty of mosques. They do it as a form of power. They want to show you. They want to show you that they own you. And it works. It works. Irene, she said, being against illegal immigration and illegals being given privileges is not racist. There are Black Americans and Hispanic Americans who are pissed at what's going on. Legal immigrants are pissed. American citizens are being put last, and nobody wants that. I'm with you. Irene, I'm 100% with you. We don't want this. We don't want this. It's ridiculous. American spiritual politics. The fact that tactical voting happened in the first place to stop RN is ridiculous. We need PR. 100% right. 100% right. This is what they do, though. The left are smart. I had this talk yesterday. We were talking about Laura Loomer, who's a good friend of mine. And she reported on a story that a couple of people didn't seem to like the sourcing on because they think they have superiority over her sourcing and methods for whatever reason. And they said, Laura Loomer, blah, blah, blah. She's wrong. She's this. Why does the right always have to fight with each other? We are a team that can never stick together. The left stick together every single day. The left stick together so hard, and the right is constantly splintered. And it's sick. Jepsonia, I don't know why they want to be in the West if they hate it so much. You're telling me. They come here. They talk about how much we suck. They talk about how we're the oppressor, how we are nasty, evil Nazis. We're horrible people. And then they come and they live here and they don't want to go home. If I was living somewhere so horrible where everybody hates me, I would take my white ass home. My white ass would be on a plane and it would be home. I don't want to live somewhere I don't like, right? I don't like to live places where I'm not wanted or where I don't enjoy. So if you feel so unwelcome, leave. I don't understand what the big deal is about that. But that's another thing that you can't say. That's another thing that you're just not allowed to say. Jepsonia, you said it's not left and right. It's globalist versus anti-globalist. You ain't told a single lie in that sentence. It is 100% what you said. We're dealing with craziness. We are dealing with craziness. Anyway, that's the reality of the situation. So what you're watching in France right now, oh, there's Alex. What's Alex doing here? He's relaxing. You want to say hi? Oh, there's my dog. Yeah, he never smelled this microphone. No, 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 no. We're on the live, Alex. Anyway, so somebody, Maureen, you said they're not here for our culture. They're here to turn it into their culture. You're 100% fucking right about that. They don't have any desire to assimilate. They want to take over 100%. And I've seen it. I lived in the UK 2017 to 2019. I lived in Austria for about a year or less than a year. I've lived in Italy. I mean, my family has places in Italy. I visit constantly. Um, Spain, I've spent quite a bit of time in Spain with my wife's family. All of these are places that are having Islamic problems. Islam is a conquering religion. This is it's not even a. They don't even try to deny the fact. These people come to conquer. And France, oh yeah, exactly. He knows. He knows. So why do we continue to allow it? Why do we continue to allow it? Las Vegas state of mind. This is the natural right of the far right losing. Left one in the UK, now France. So much losing. Here's the thing though, we don't ever actually really win. Because even when we do win, except with a very few instances like Bukele and Milei, kind of, and Orban, we give up our power every single time. We give up our power every single time. God bless Meloni. We like Meloni, right? But Meloni got a little bit very moderate when she got into power. Now, has she done some good things? Yes. I think had what's her name won tonight, Le Pen and Bardella, I think Meloni would have had more of a mandate to go a little further to the right in Italy. Because, France, Italy, she would have had another G7 country, would have been much better. But alas, and they knew that. They knew this had global implications. So it is what it is. Explain about the French elections. How many times did they vote? And shit, if I knew, I would tell you. If I knew, I would tell you how many times they're voting. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows but Jesus. We have no idea. Somebody said Germany has the same problem. Yeah, Germany certainly does have the same problem. So many countries have the same problem. Germany, they really take you to the next level as far as what they do with you guys when they say that the AFD is a Nazi aligned party. There's nothing Nazi about the AFD, but you use that magic Nazi word. You use that magic N word, the Nazi word in Germany. And oh my God, we're so scared. I remember I had a German friend in graduate school. I remember her name. I won't put it out there. Very basic and ugly looking girl. But anyway, I remember that she didn't mind the migration. And I figured, okay, she's not worried because she's never going to get raped. She knows. But it was deeper than that. I asked her, I said one day, why do you guys love letting the migrants into Germany so much? Why are you so comfortable with letting all these migrants into your country? And her answer to me blew my mind. She goes, don't you remember what we did in the Holocaust? Now, Holocaust, right? Jews, right? Burn the Jews, okay? So that's the Holocaust. What the fuck does burning Jews alive, 6 million Jews in the Holocaust, what does that have to do with taking in African migrants? Like, compute that with me. And she goes, that's just how it is. She goes, after what we did, we owe it to the migrants. Once again, Jews, migrants, totally different things. No relation at all. No relation at all, right? But that's what she said. And that's when I realized to myself, okay, Germany's never coming back because that's too brainwashed. This was a very intelligent girl, and she came out with that bullshit. So that's just what it is. How are conservative candidate nominations chosen? In France, I believe it's not really a primary system. The party just puts people up, from what I understand. I'm not the expert on French politics. I apologize. I don't really have that information. I'm from South Africa, Carmela. I can't tell the difference between San Francisco, Beverly Hills, and the worst crimes in Africa. Are minorities used as a blueprint to continue oppression in America? Minorities in America are just used to keep the to keep the Democrats in power, essentially. They are told, you are oppressed. The only way you can overcome the oppression is voting Democrats. And then they just remain oppressed. It's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. Democrats keep telling you you're oppressed. You keep voting for Democrats to become unoppressed, and you just keep on remaining oppressed, oppressed, oppressed. It's just a self-fulfilling prophecy over and over again. It never ends. It never will end. It's not built to end. It is built to continue. Trying to read some more of these comments here. They are cheating. UK just voted for that exactly so it can happen, but all Western countries probably have rigged elections. Exactly. Exactly. The French get what they deserve. You see, I don't like to talk about countries like that when they're countries that I like. I don't want to see countries that I like go to hell like that. My brother Joey, is the world left leaning, or have the Dems just finally figured out how to cheat undetected? So I don't believe the world is left or right. I think there's a populist revolt happening in the world, but I do believe that the establishment knows how to put it down. The other thing I do believe at the same time is that propaganda is stronger than anybody thinks. There are many people who do not have X. They're not listening to streams like this one that talk about things how they are. They just listen to things that I don't even know where they're coming from. And it's not good. It's not good. It's very bad. It's just not good. I was in Germany 2 months ago. They believe they must always bend the knee because of the Holocaust. And it makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense. Excuse my language. It just doesn't make any damn sense. Oh, we have to take in the migrants because of the Holocaust. What the hell does that have to do with? It's like we have to eat this because, like, really? It's like me. I don't understand. I just don't understand it. Classic Marxist strategy. Yeah, Marxism everywhere. Marxism everywhere. Macron stole the last election. It was just like our 2020. I believe it. There isn't a single election in the West that is legitimate except maybe Hungary. Even Poland had their election stolen. Listen, what happened in Poland was insane. What happened in Poland was just beyond comprehension to me. I was in Poland in April. I was talking to younger people, right? Just to people. And I asked them what they thought of this election. A lot of them are angry at the church. These are people that are losing their religion. And apparently, the ruling party prior to this current government was very aligned with the church. So a lot of their protest vote was not so much against right wing politics, but against the Catholic Church being too intertwined with Polish politics. It's crazy, but that's what they said. The communist agenda is unfolding. I hate to say it, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Very true. They were destroyed twice by them and had to be crushed forever. If people only knew the real history. If people only knew the real history of a lot of things, if people only see, here's what I always say. Like when Trump bloodbath thing happened, when they said, oh, Donald Trump said that if he doesn't get elected in November, there's going to be a bloodbath in the country. But actually, he was talking about the automobile industry. When I heard that, I was talking to one of my friends. I said, I think if this is what the news considers factual, these are the same people writing the history books. How fake is history? How fake is history if this is what they consider the news? I think you just have to start asking yourself that. If this is what they're doing to the world currently, and we have social media to verify it and unverify it, then how fake is history? You have to just ask yourself that sometimes. You have to really ask yourself that sometimes. Hold on a second. The migrants are celebrating the victory in France. Of course they are. Of course they are. Because now they get to stay. Oh, it's sad. It's very sad. Danny Reed, he said, if they can rig an election in the USA, then it's easy anywhere. You're not kidding. You are not kidding. Oh, Valentina Gomez, she said, big hug to you and Ada. Today we saw the fall of France. We love Valentina. God, we hope she wins in Missouri. So badly needed. So badly needed. Somebody like her. And the reason that we lose a lot of times is because we don't have more people like her, that even when we do win, we lose. You need real people like her. If you're not following her, I think it's Valentina for SOS. I don't know what the username is on Twitter, but that's the name and that's the picture right there. That is what you need to do. Go follow her. She's running for Secretary of State, and I think she can accept donations from anywhere in the country. So go donate to her too if you're in the country of America. Look at U.S. Catholics. They were generationally Democrats, but they're leaving the church. Look, I don't understand how you can be Catholic and vote for anything but Republican, personally, because the Democrats hate God, they hate religion, they hate everything. The only thing they love is Satan. There's no teaching of the Catholic Church or any church except the Church of Satan that the Democrats follow. If you're Catholic, you're supposed to be pro-life. If you're Catholic, you're supposed to be pro-life. Democrats are so pro-abortion, it's not even funny. They're not pro-choice. They're pro-abortion. They are pro-abortion. Stop saying pro-choice. There's no such thing as pro-choice. You're either pro-life or pro-death, period. Pro-death equals pro-abortion. Don't even talk to me about it. Don't even talk to me about it. Situation in Canada is scary. We share a border and they cater to the CCP. I wish this is talked about more. What I don't understand is why aren't more of our illegals going up to Canada? Trudeau wants them. Trudeau would love them to be there. Why don't they go? Like, clearly they're much more wanted in Canada than they are in America. I hate to say it. Canada's a lot more fucked than America is. Because I don't know how Polivar is, Pierre. I haven't studied him much. Some people say he's great. Some people say he's a fraud. I got to study that more. Yes, it is cold. That is true. Maybe they just don't want to be in the cold. Oh, my God. They need to go somewhere. What's happening in Venezuela? Oh, yeah. A lot of good stuff. I don't know that it's going to translate to an actual victory. So I was, here's what was funny. I was having a closet built, believe it or not. And the two guys working on the closet were from Venezuela. And we were talking, and they saw some of my Trump memorabilia, my pictures with Donald Trump, and, just stuff I have around the house that's very patriotic. And they said, "Oh, are you a Trump fan?" I said, "Oh, God, yeah." And so they were like, "We love Donald Trump." Two Venezuelan guys, right? And a Paraguayan guy. The third guy was Paraguayan, but the two Venezuelans, "Oh, we love Donald Trump." I said, "Really?" And they told me, "Oh, did you know what's going on in Venezuela? 28th of July, we have an election." I said, "I had no idea because it's not being talked about." Anyhow, they started sending me all this stuff about the woman running for office in Venezuela, who is the leader of the opposition. And her name is Maria. Hold on, don't let me mess it up, or Fernando's going to kick my ass when he sees me next time. Her name is Maria Corina Machado, and she is taking the country over. You see the videos. I post the videos on Twitter. They are really doing something. Now, I don't know that they have anything close to a fair election. I don't think they really do. But if they do, Machado is going to really do well. I just don't know if they have anything close to a fair election. Not sure. Out of curious, are you SPED? If you can tell me what that means, I'd be happy to answer it. I answer everything. Have you ever visited Japan before? Probably going in September, but I've never been yet. If you have recommendations, big boy, tell me all the recommendations because we really want to go. My wife and I are very curious to go to Japan and Seoul, Korea, South Korea, but especially I want to see Japan. I've definitely thought about visiting. We are 100% thinking about visiting. And American Spiritual, they threw her off the ballot. That's true. So there's somebody running in her place who's of the same party. So essentially, he has to win first, and then she'll pretty much be appointed. So there's a figurehead for her. But if he wins, she takes the slot somehow. They explained this to me, but my Spanish is not perfect. They explained it to me and my wife. And a lot of times I just sit there and and I understand like 80% of it, but not enough to say it on this live stream. But from what I understand, yes, she's off the ballot, but she can win somehow. There's a way still through some other proxy that's still on the ballot. I don't 100% get it. But of course they're going to play dirty games. This freaking Venezuela is one of the dirtiest communist countries on earth. And who's propping it up? Joseph Robinette Biden, buying all that Venezuelan oil. We've given Venezuela more power than they ever had. It's ridiculous. And so tomorrow he's going to have a bad day. Not Venezuela. Well, Venezuela lover, Mr. Biden. He's going to have a very bad day tomorrow. The House and the Senate are going to come out. I'm hearing it every couple of days. Any day now, any day now. Tomorrow's the day. They are going to come out and they're basically going to say, we don't want this guy anymore. Not going to be all of them, but you're going to get a lot of them that are going to just basically come out and say, Joe, no more. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if it actually works. If anybody actually convinces him to step down. I don't want him to step down. I want him to say that. I want him to be here. I want to run against Joe Biden. I want Trump to go Joe versus Trump. That is the number one easiest way for us to win. Easiest way. Too big to rig. Too big to rig. You should come to Japan since very dollars. Oof, I need water. Since dollars are very strong right now, everything is cheap. I want to come. I really do want to come. I think I'm going to come. Somebody said that's rude. SPED means like special ed. No, I'm not special ed. I'm not special ed. I am not a Democrat, nor am I a liberal. No, I am not. No special over here. Only thing that is going to be special is me turning this camera off right about now. That we're going to start doing this live stream. We've been trying to figure it out for a bit. And I think we finally got it figured out. If there's anything wrong with it, tell me. If anything we can polish up, I think we can polish quite a bit up, clearly. This is just kind of, look, if you got wires hanging out, looks like ghetto. But we shall get it. Somebody said, we need Joe to stay. He's got 2 feet in the ground. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Why do you know Biden is going to lose? Because I've got 2 eyes. Biden lost 2022. Biden never won an election for president to this day. He's president. He got to the Oval Office. He didn't win an election. My fear is you see the Wisconsin ruling from the other day, the ballot drop boxes are back. That scares me. You see Washington State voter registration does not require residency, which I still don't understand. So can they steal it again? Absolutely. Absolutely. But he's the strongest candidate for Republicans to run against. I think we have a shot. Why does no one wear a Build Back Better ball cap? Build Back Better. Only people who built back better were the Taliban. I mean, what's gone on the last 4 years in my country? I don't recognize my country anymore. I don't recognize my country. It's just very sad. Make no mistake, the left is planning to pull I can't even read anymore. To pull a few rabbits out of their electoral hat again in 24. There was so much evidence in 2020. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They made being an election denier political suicide. There's nothing wrong with calling for fortification of elections. There's nothing wrong with calling for free and fair elections. But they made it political suicide because the left always sets the agenda and the right follows it. We got to get tough. We got to get strength. It's very sad what we listen to. Very sad what we listen to. Anyway, I shall be back. We're going to do this live stream quite a bit more. We'll get a time that works. We'll get a time that we all like, and we'll be on here quite a bit more. So have a good night. God bless, and pray for France. They need it.